Wow, that's great introduction.
You're welcome.
Well, I know you all showed up to see the president. Unfortunately, I am not the president. I don't think he's going to make it. Alyssa tweeted at him, but I still
3 times.
3 times, but I'm not sure if he's going to make it here to see this presentation. So this morning we're going to talk about Dream Big or Here. I'm going to move around to make Zach hate me a little bit, but Dream Big or Here is a Iowa's premier grant contest from the University of Iowa. Many of you are familiar with it. This year we have a bit of a new model that we're working with, and I'm just going to lead with this so you're thinking about it throughout. Dream Big or Here is a grant. We give away money, but at the same time, there's lots of people who don't win money, and we're interested in what other things the program can offer those people to make sure they still had a worthwhile experience going through the program. So we'll be thinking about that as I'm talking about the process, where we've been, where we're at now, and then what we can continue to add to improve it. So Dream Big or Here started, has actually been, this will be our 5th time doing the contest. We started by doing statewide contests, $1,000, and it was every month. And people are like, oh, man, that's a lot. After about the 4th month, we during the 4th month, we had like the exact same entrance as the month before, and everyone was getting the same votes. And we were like, well, this isn't really getting at what we wanted to. So we moved on to once a year, an annual model where we did it regionally across the state rather than having it statewide. Once a year, we did regionally. We had 6 regional contests where we gave away $5,000. And then we had a statewide competition at EntreFest, which many of you are familiar with, where we gave away $10,000. That was a pretty good success. We came back in 2012, did 10 regional contests, and then we had the same statewide pitch-off. And then in 2013, we copied that model again and did 10 regional contests. But what we heard a lot in 2012 and 2013 is that, yeah, we had 10 regions, but at most we maybe covered 60 counties, 65 counties. So there's an entire third of the state that wasn't even able to participate and enter their dream. And then the other thing that we heard was, you've got companies, established companies competing against people who only have an idea, and how does that really work in a equitable, fair type of judging process to have somebody like John Deere theoretically competing against Trevor, which we all know who'd win. Trevor. So this year, what we're making we're pivoting, making a bit of a switch to an industry as our primary focus. So we've got 6 industries that are going to cover the state. And those industries are ag innovation, hospitality and restaurants, manufacturing, bioscience, and IT, pre-revenue, professional services, and then retail wholesale. And so pretty much any for-profit is for for-profit businesses only. Any for-profit business we can slot into one of those categories. We'll make those fit. So in addition to that, some of our regional hosts still wanted to highlight their regions. So there are a couple places on the western side of the state where they'll still be having their own regional contest, where they'll be able to take people from their area and work with them in a regional type of format. And then we have beefed up the entry process, to require a couple more pieces of information, try and get more out of our entrance. And then the finalist selection has been normally predicated solely on online votes, and we're sticking with the online votes, but we're still going to have, we're going to add a bit more of a jurying process to select people for, those finalist spots. So in addition to that, people who enter into this year's Dream Big or Here contest will be able to access a couple exclusive opportunities and offers, such as discounts to EntreFest, participating in a Renew Rural Iowa Journey to Your Vision workshop, as well as additional coaching and working with the business concierge. So high level process, we're gonna go through real fast. You're gonna submit your dream, you get votes, you're picked as a finalist, you have an exclusive business development services, you pitch, and then you can win cash. So the core one that we talked about before is the next slide, is these business development services. So we've got VentureNet coaching, priority business concierge access, a special track at EntreFest, and then other benefits. And those other benefits are what I want feedback on today, so we can talk about those as we go through. So the pitch off, if you've never been to a pitch off before, I would encourage that you come and experience a Dream Big Grow Here pitch off. They're quite a lot of fun. So this year, all of Dream Big Grow Here is going to be hosted at EntreFest. So it's going to be a special conference track during EntreFest. There's going to be $5,000 given away across the 6 industries during the day. And then that night, we're going to have the 6 industry winners are going to come back together like we've done in the past and have a $10,000 grand prize pitch at a reception. So the 6 industries all get $5,000, and then one of those 6 winners gets an additional $10,000, and then you must be present to win. So you would give that pitch in the morning, and then you'd show up and give the same pitch again at 4 p.m. to win an additional amount of money. So what is in it for me? So you're going to be part of an established award-winning contest. We do our best to highlight individuals that enter Dream Big Grow Here with introductions to your elected officials, access to exclusive services. The website, we get statewide media attention and hopefully a significant increase in social media and web traffic. We, as you can tell, this is Rob's PowerPoint. So we traditionally, Dream Big Grow Here has over 1 million page views and over 100,000 votes for the entrance. So even, just being a part of Dream Big Grow Here, it's going to be potentially a massive amount of exposure for your business. And then, we work with you to keep you at the forefront of things that are going on as far as, recognition and participation. So this picture here is of Derry Fair, who was the Entrepreneur of the Year in 2014 and was a Dream Big Grow Here participant and finalist from 2012. So here are the key contacts. So I work to support the program with Rob and Valen and Sarah, and then Paul, our director. We also have the program working outside of Iowa in Oklahoma. So hopefully it's something we can continue to scale and grow. And then these are our generous sponsors. So what I want to, open up, I'll take questions, comments, concerns, thoughts, and I really want to know from everyone what we can do to make this valuable. Why are people going to sign up for Dream Big Grow Here other than all the money, which is Trevor's answer? So open to questions. Any thoughts, Megan?
I just have a question. I forget the order of the steps.
Yep.
Was the business concierge and consulting stuff just for finalists, or was that?
It's for anyone that enters.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you enter any of the regional contests, you will be contacted by Chelsea to talk about where you're at in your business and what other things, people we can get you in contact with, things that you can, take advantage of for your business. Alyssa.
So you mentioned a more in-depth application process. Does that mean that someone could apply and not be selected to move on? Or is it just asking people to really give more information?
Just give more information. It's still a completion type of a thing. So as long as you can complete it to the best of your ability, unless you're like vulgar or other things that may break numerous state laws, we're probably going to let you put your dream up. Yeah. If there's other issues like that, we may have other things that.
But if I apply with a reasonable idea.
Yep, reasonable idea. And then you complete the, like I say, the application is, more in depth. I mean, it's not necessarily too in depth. We're requiring a video. So, a 30-second, a minute, 2-minute, video advertising your business, talking about why you should win, anything of the sort. Really, it's sort of more looking for the creative side. What are you going to do to draw attention and promote yourself? And then it's really talking about what your business is and like what you would use the money for, and then why you should win. Sort of those all flow together. Narrative style and maybe a page. Megan.
What size and stage of business is this for? You said technically like John Deere could apply.
Technically
what's
not.
the goal? 'Cause so
Um,
you have the one pre-revenue.
Yep.
Slot, and then the rest are like.
Defined industries. Yeah, good question.
So
So,
they're already making revenue,
yes.
just early stage?
We not really, so our thinking is that, John Deere, this is not worth their time to compete. So
For fun,
for $5,000. Yeah, it would be good PR. We do have rules in place. I think all the contests are less than 100 employees. So if you're someone who has more than 100 employees, you are not eligible for Dream Big Grow here. We don't see that as too much of a barrier, as again, most people that have 99 employees are probably like, is this worth, the effort? Maybe it is to some, and if they do 99, they're eligible, they can enter. But those vary by the industry. So like manufacturing goes right up to 100. And don't quote me on these. All of these are actually listed in the rules section of each of the industries. But I think we put like professional services at like 20. So if you're a professional services firm that has like 25 people, I mean, you're killing it. So, depending on how like if you have a lawyer's office with like 25 people in it, you're doing pretty well. Stuff like that. It's probably going to be pretty case by case too. We've had questions like, because our industries are, while they're broad, you could maybe, like, we try to keep them really broad. So you may fall into one or another. And so then we'll work with you to try and determine what your main revenue source is. And then that's how we're going to slot you into, business. So you tell me you sell boots, but then you also, fix websites. I'm going to say, well, which one do you do more of? And that's how we're going to put you in the one.
So like product companies, like software product companies are in probably the IT one.
Mm-hmm.
Could you partner with somebody for like additional benefits that, I don't know, and I know venture school is a large time commitment of some sort, but partner with them somehow and they pick, or somehow there's a drawing that you could win a venture school class, or I don't know how you do this. I mean,
That's a really good
that's
idea.
a time commitment thing versus like, just $5,000, but make that
Right.
partner with them somehow and as additional benefit that,
You could win or be
Yeah.
selected
yeah,
to go through venture school.
yeah,
And that's a really good idea. Because that could be really valuable to some people in the very early stages.
yeah,
That might come out.
Maybe that'd be like the pre-revenue
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like,
industry, whoever won that got to
yeah,
go through.
A chance or the finalists.
yeah. Somehow. Or if there's other educational type programs maybe, or,
Mm-hmm.
the restaurant, hospitality one, you could partner with Kirkwood and you get one free class visit, I don't know. You do something like that at Kirkwood,
I'm
or,
going to start taking notes. So
okay. And maybe customize them each for,
not quite. I'll text you the notes if you want them.
That'd be great.
so it wouldn't be overarching.
So something maybe specific into each category.
Yeah, and maybe like, the product and do
That
something with Hawkeye, different community colleges across the state that you would win a certain amount of educational credits or something. Or the top 5 get so much for each of those or something like that.
that's a good idea.
As far as, could you talk a little bit more about the benefits,
Yep.
particularly the publicity part of it, the collateral part?
Not those ones. These ones. What's
I
in it
know
for
that
anyone?
there was one, was it
This one.
yeah, particularly the statewide media attention. What does that look like?
So in the general sense, Dream Bigger here will get significant coverage in state media, directing people back to the website, and then in turn, all the dream entrants. That's not necessarily like highlighting one dream entrant in a statewide media type of a way. So it's more of a higher level type of attention.
Okay.
As far as part of that is just the equitable process. We can't just like start picking people at random and promoting them in state media.
And that's where I'm gonna go with this. For that winner, for that finalist, that would be a huge thing if they became the poster child for,
Right.
not necessarily Dream Big Grow Here, but for entrepreneurship, for whatever umbrella you want to put that under. That would be huge for that company, for that community, and for the bigger picture of getting more
Yeah.
people.
What would that look like to you, Danita? Because we've done that some. Tom Mulholland was the winner 2 years ago, and he's actually become pretty well known around the state. Been invited.
Was it only through social media though?
No, I mean he was invited to like speak at one of the IDA conferences.
Okay, That's
about-
what I was thinking, more where
Entrepreneurship
IDA
stuff.
could actually, whatever they're doing, if they would make a conscientious effort to
Mhm.
really promote that
person.
business.
Yep.
You know, whether it's posters, whether it's speaking engagements, whether it's television, they could do that.
They could. Yep.
I have two comments.
Perfect.
First, as a freelance journalist, sometimes media outlets don't like to have one person shoved down their throat. They like to look at what's there and maybe not, of course, write about who wins, but also look at who also plays or didn't win, maybe their hometown person or an interesting idea. Second comment is all of that media attention and that sort of thing can sometimes distract the entrepreneur from doing what they need to do, which is actually growing their business. And so they have to be able to weigh that too. And if they become the poster child and they get a lot of the media attention, they just might not move along as quickly as they would have if they had been able to do it at their own pace.
So for people in that situation, what are ways that they can? How can we, when we're working with the winners, say, make sure that they don't fall into the trap of
Distracted.
being a media darling rather than running your business.
It would be really good to have somebody with that media expertise working with them as an add-on to the What's in It for Me.
Okay.
To kind of prepare them for what could happen or what they might want to happen, kind of talk about that a little bit. Sometimes journalists like to be all up in your business, not just talking about your actual business, but maybe digging a little bit deeper about you. Are you ready for that kind of thing? How do you talk about your business? Who else can speak on behalf of you if you're not available? When, all of that sort of thing, just to kind of give them a mini, public relations course and maybe a resource who could, they could bounce ideas off of and that
Right.
sort of thing. Who knows? You never know what the media is gonna do. Shiny toy over here will distract them in a heartbeat. But if it's a compelling story or a compelling product, they might just run with it and heaven forbid the winner fall on his face and something bad happen, because
Right.
you gotta be prepared to talk about that too. Because if you try not to, then that just makes us want to sniff around a little bit more.
Right.
So I think that part of this, you need to have somebody who maybe talks to the people who win, particularly the grand prize winner, about what this might look like for you if you haven't been through it before.
Okay. Good feedback, Alyssa.
What kind of companies do well in this? What ideas do stand out to you? What goes well, what doesn't?
I think it's more the people that stand out than the idea. Thinking back through various finalists and statewide winners. So the last 3 statewide winners, one was an organic farm, one was a small town grocery store, nothing to do with being organic, and then the other was adaptive daycare, a daycare for children with disabilities. So at least two of them, the most recent two, have had strong community ties and an impact on their community, you know, in an economic and then also, you know, in a betterment type of a sense. They were a part of their community. I think that really comes through in people's presentations and their pitches about if they win $10,000 additional dollars or $5,000, you know, what they can do to not only help their business but also their community. So I think that that's one thing off the top of my head that you see. I think a lot of people are, I mean, I think it's more the people than, and that's the one maybe tying factor. Otherwise, I think everyone's very different. As far as like common ideas, I mean, they're all across the board as far as like things that,
One thing that I find interesting is that in contests usually of this nature, tech companies do well. You just mentioned 3 non-tech companies that took first place. I think that's interesting. Because you know, when you do like a startup weekend, it's almost always a tech idea that wins or is in the top 3 or the top 5 or whatever number we're counting to. That's all you really hear about is the up and coming tech idea. So I think it's cool that these other industries are being recognized.
yeah, if I went through our 10 finalists from last year, we had an ice cream shop, an automobile repair place, a wedding chapel.
You know that guy that made like barbecue but out of vegetable or something? So there last year.
That would have been a regional one. Yeah. I'm thinking statewide last year. Then who else was there? We've had
What was the name people? The hatchery.
the Hatchery, Hoover's Hatchery. We had Podium Inc., which was like graphic design. I mean, there were,
Little food things.
yep. The By the Spoonful, the Iowa product food store up in McGregor. So, yeah, I suppose less tech than you might
What do you
imagine.
expect?
Yeah.
I thought of another benefit. Could either membership, so all finalist members to either like ABI for a year. I think education is a big thing, especially for a business or
Mhm.
a trade association membership enacted within the state or something like that.
Okay.
All right, we have time for one more question.
I'm not done with them yet. I have a question for you guys. So we've talked a lot about what the winners can get, you know, PR coaches and, you know, making sure that they know what's going on, or finalists getting classes. What about the other people who don't win? I don't want them to feel like they lost.
You want a consolation prize?
I don't want a consolation prize. I want the process to be the prize, I
Well,
suppose.
like connecting with Kelsey is a great opportunity for those who don't go on to get all the other exclusive services.
Being an
I think that's
Entrefest.
awesome.
And
Yeah,
does everybody have to pitch? Because pitching is a huge way to get your
some pitch coaching.
stuff figured out.
Yeah, I agree.
It would only be the finalists that would pitch.
So I don't know if there would be, if it would make sense to have an event or something where everyone, not like one night, but,
Right.
you know, if they pitch regionally or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you could really emphasize the networking aspect, because
Yeah.
the one thing I hear over and over again is, I can't find the right person or people. That's one thing I keep hearing, you know, from everybody, really emphasizing that you get out there and meet, network.
Yeah,
Right.
Something with, I mean, if they come to Entrefest, you can think of all the networking and
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know how you incorporate that in, I mean,
Right.
A
Pay to come to Entrefest.
yeah.
So
Give them a discount.
I think we would give them a discount, but it's getting, I'm being very cynical right now, so. Yeah, because not only do you have to pay to go to Entrefest, you have to pay to get a hotel room, and then,
That's just life. I mean, if you wanna.
Yeah.
I've seen entries out there, like, they put the entry out there and they get no votes, they don't put anything into
Yeah.
right.
it. Get out what you put in.
I would agree with that. So I'm thinking, you know, there's like, you know, the normal distribution, we're gonna have all the people over here to win, the other people here that don't do anything and I don't care. It's these people in here who maybe 6th, 7th, 8th place who don't get to the finals, but actually put in effort. The people that fall, who are actually probably going to be the bulk of the people when we think about that.
You can still get value if you're trying to get the word out, spreading the word, getting votes. If you're not a finalist, then you're still going through that process.
You're still connecting with Chelsea, or
Exactly.
having the opportunity to connect with Chelsea.
Okay, so you guys think that that's kind of
Yeah, I like the idea of, like a regional or even a local pitch fest for the also bands.
Or entre bashes, if you're gonna do those. Do
Some
type of
way to get them out there in
Yeah.
front of other people and help them practice their pitch.
right. Okay.
That could be tough with statewide competitions. It's
Yeah.
Statewide competitions most times.
Well, we'll just look at, if you look at whoever you have regionally here, pick a geographic area, focus on that, and then we can do that.
Yeah.
All right, Patrick, what do you need from the community to make this?
Been asking the whole time, just other thoughts about ways we can make this valuable for people. Then also spread the word if there are people who you think would benefit from entering, either that can use the money, that can have a shot to win the money, or even would benefit from going through the process. Encourage them to apply. Applications are open now. They run through the end of January. So you've got over 2 weeks to get your entries in. And make sure, and so if you want to apply, to get your entries in there and upload it to the site. So spread the word. If you have questions, please let me know. Other comments to what we can do to continue to add value for the entrepreneurs. That is what we want to do.
All right.
Cool. All right, thanks, everybody.
Okay, just a couple of things to go over for the week, for the upcoming weeks. We have a new website. The one that Coughlin gave us is really clunky, and we've heard a lot of feedback that it's hard to use and that it makes it difficult for people to apply. So we have moved over to Meetup for now. You can still go to cedarvalley1mc.com to get there direct to the Meetup site. There you'll find who's presenting next week, the application to apply, as well as a public calendar that allows you to see who's coming up in the next couple months, as well as open slots if you're interested in applying. We also made our own application. It's much shorter. Those of you who filled it out before know it's kind of a pain in the butt to fill out. And there's a part 2 that almost no one ever fills out.
Trevor.
So we've kind of all put it in one place. Next week for 1MC, we are having 1MC CD present. We're going to get up here, we're going to talk about the program, we're going to get feedback from the crowd and how we can continue to make this program something that people are interested in and people want to show up for.
Are you doing that?
We are going to do an open incubator day that I've been forcing Patrick to do on the 4th. So February 4th will be the first open incubator day. What that basically means is that if you have a business you want to work on for a day, the incubator is open to you. There's desk space, internet access, we'll have coffee, and you can hang out and network for an entire day with other entrepreneurs at no cost. At no cost, right? Okay, at no cost. And then another thing we're going to start doing in February is going to be called pre-cups. So we're going to start at 8:30, and it'll be networking and socializing from 8:30 to 9, and then we will start promptly at 9 with our presenter. So we invite you to come to pre-cups starting in February and open incubator day the first Wednesday of every month, starting next month. Okay, thanks guys.
Okay.
Let's